It's great to have you here again, diving into another topic that challenges the way we think and live. Every one of us knows someone who seems to have made complaining their full-time occupation. Whether it's about a partner who doesn't communicate properly, the unrelenting traffic that ate up hours of their day, or a coffee that's too hot to drink, their list of grievances seems endless. But let's face it, on some days we're no better. We've all been that person, venting frustration into the void. But what is complaining really? And more importantly, does it help or harm us? Drawing from ancient Stoic philosophy, modern psychology, and even the intricacies of our neurobiology, today we're breaking down the nature of complaining. Does it serve a purpose, or is it nothing more than a bad habit keeping us stuck in the same old problems? Complaining is, for most of us, effortless. It's as instinctual as breathing, a quick expression of dissatisfaction without any inclination to resolve the issue. At its core, complaining involves describing something, a situation, a person, or an event in a negative light without offering a solution or plan to address it. It demands no action, no creativity, and no progress. Yet, while it may seem harmless or even cathartic, the truth is that complaining carries with it some pretty heavy consequences for how we think and live. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and philosopher, famously advised, "Do not be overheard complaining, not even to yourself." His words resonate as deeply today as they did centuries ago, and they encapsulate the essence of why complaining often does us more harm than good. What's within our control? Marcus Aurelius endured a life of relentless hardship. Many of his children didn't survive into adulthood. His empire was embroiled in endless wars, and his personal life was far from idyllic. Yet, through it all, he chose to focus only on what was within his control. This is the heart of Stoic philosophy. Complaining arises when we feel powerless, but by narrowing our attention to the things we can influence, our thoughts, actions, and responses, we reclaim that power. The Stoics believe the universe operates according to logos, a rational principle governing everything. While we may not control external events, we do control how we interpret and respond to them. This understanding is liberating. It shifts us from being passive observers of life's hardships to active participants in shaping our mental and emotional landscapes. By consciously choosing not to complain, we strengthen our ability to act intentionally. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, we invest energy into solutions, however small they may be. Over time, this practice doesn't just change how we approach problems, it changes how we view ourselves. We move from victimhood to resilience, from helplessness to purpose. The power of discipline and positivity avoiding complaints isn't just about ignoring problems. It's about mastering your mind. Complaints are insidious. When left unchecked, they foster a cycle of negativity, not only in ourselves but also in those around us. When we vent, we often unwittingly spread that negativity to others. Social identity theory tells us that people are heavily influenced by their peers. A complaining coworker or friend can create a ripple effect, reinforcing dissatisfaction and normalizing it as an appropriate response to life's challenges. This is where the discipline of self-restraint becomes crucial. By refusing to dwell on what's wrong, we prevent negativity from taking root and flourishing. Instead, we channel our energy into constructive actions, even if those actions are as simple as shifting our mindset. How complaints shape our brains. Complaining doesn't just affect our mood, it physically alters our brains. When we complain or hear complaints, our amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for processing fear and anxiety, becomes hyperactive. This, in turn, triggers the release of cortisol, the stress hormone, putting our body into a heightened state of alertness unnecessarily. Over time, this heightened stress can lead to a range of health problems, from impaired immune function to increased risk of depression. Even more concerning is the role of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself based on repeated behaviors and thought patterns. The more we complain, the more we reinforce those negative pathways in our brain, making it easier to fall into the same patterns in the future. Essentially, complaining becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, shaping our present and future selves into people who default to dissatisfaction. Breaking the cycle, of course, life will give us plenty of reasons to feel upset or frustrated. Negativity is a natural part of the human experience, and there's no shame in feeling those emotions. The key lies in how we handle them. Acknowledge the frustration, but don't let it define you. Picture those feelings as balloons that you release into the sky, watching them float away until they're out of sight and out of mind. If a problem is beyond your control, it's not worth your peace. Accept it for what it is without complaint. Focus instead on building the mental and emotional resilience to let it go. This doesn't mean ignoring injustice or refusing to advocate for change when needed. It means recognizing the difference between productive action and pointless venting. Every complaint you silence is an opportunity to build a stronger, more content version of yourself. It's a chance to cultivate gratitude, resilience, and purpose in a world that often feels chaotic. So, when life inevitably throws its challenges your way, resist the urge to complain. Instead, choose action, acceptance, or gratitude. In doing so, you not only transform your own experience, but inspire those around you to do the same. And as we wrap up today, remember, life is far too precious to waste on endless grievances. Keep rising above the noise, and until next time, let your actions speak louder than your frustrations.